What's good? What's going on? How's everybody doing, man? I'm your boy Mikey Rebello, host of the Can We Keep It Real podcast, and I'm also on WBLQ 1230 AM. You can download the app. We're always on there talking Westerly Bulldog football, high school football in general. But what's going on, man? Today, if you're golfing in the Rhode Island area, Connecticut area, and you want to get down with the Westerly Bulldog Golf Tournament, it's going to be at Winnapogue Golf Course in Westerly, Rhode Island, right near Watch Hill, Rhode Island. It's right on the ocean, nice view. 16 golfers needed for the Westerly Bulldogs Golf Tournament. You know, a lot goes into a team, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, a lot of stuff that costs money that the budget just don't provide. And this golf tournament pretty much makes up for that, man. They're trying to put together 4-man teams. That's going to include dinner. It's going to be a steak dinner. For lunch, you'll have like, I think, a sheet of pizza from the pizza lady. The golf carts included. Your golf fees are included in that. T-shirts. There's going to be all types of prizes, man. But Westerly Bulldogs football, man, what can you say about them? I mean, these guys are playing very, very, very well football. I mean, very good football. Right now on the season, they're 6-0. They're averaging 50, 60 points a game. For the season, I want to say they gotta have 257 points combined scoring against teams, and it looks like teams been scoring on them a total of, I want to say it's 32 points for the year. That's totally, totally incredible, man, for high school football. You know, and if you look at the Rhode Island media poll, which is very, very political, very biased, I don't see how they put that together. I don't see who writes them friggin' polls. You got LaSalle High School, you got them ranked at number 2 in the state. And if you look at who LaSalle beat, I don't have my notes in front of me, but I'll tell you, LaSalle beat Central High School from Providence, Rhode Island. Central is 1-4. It's a program that's barely hanging on. Bob Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, he actually went down there. He donated $10,000 to the school so they can get new helmets, new equipment to keep the players safe. Player safety is the number one thing. LaSalle also beat South Kingston High School. South Kingstown is 1-4 also. So they're not a very good team, right? LaSalle also beat Moses Brown. Last year, Moses Brown was something to talk about. This year, they're outside. They're probably the 20th team in the Rhode Island media poll. So if they're 20 in the Rhode Island media poll, realistic, they're a lot farther down in the list. So they're not even a good team, even though that their quarterback, Michael Walsh, just committed to a Division I school, Brown University. So he'll be going there. So I mean, and LaSalle also beat Portsmouth over the weekend on Friday Night Lights. They beat Portsmouth High School. I don't know a lot about Portsmouth High School, so I ain't even gonna talk about that. But what I am saying is, how is LaSalle High School a number 2 team in the state? Number 1, you have Bishop Hendricken. You expect Bishop Hendricken to be a good team, good school. They're always a good school. Number 2, you know, in my poll, I would rate it Bishop Hendricken, North Kingstown, Westerly. I would put them, that would be my top 3. Westerly in the Rhode Island media poll, even though they're only one of 2 undefeated teams in the league. Hendricken's the other one, which is a private school. Hendricken always puts together a phenomenal football team. And Westerly Bulldogs is the other undefeated team in the state. They're shutting out teams left and right. 2 teams scored on them this season in 6 games. Coventry High School put up 20 points. And I think Woonsocket put up 12 points. Charahoe was a shutout. Middletown was a shutout. I mean, Westerly handled Middletown quite well. And Middletown shut out Burrville this week, which Burrville was undefeated. Middletown blew their doors off 34-0. But Westerly pretty much opened a can of whip ass on everybody that they faced. They were putting up scores that's ridiculous. I believe the 45-point game, their first game, was their least amount of points. So the other day on WBLQ, I was able to ask Coach Miranda a question about the game, and I asked him, how do you keep the players grounded? How do you not keep them from getting cocky? I mean, if you look at their average, 102 points, I think it is, in the first quarter to nothing. And then if you go on to in the first half of the game, I think they're outscoring opponents 220 to nothing. Is that some friggin' phenomenal football or what? So, I mean, how can you not rank them high up? Westerly's next opponent, they're going to run through Juanita. And that's not a joke. Juanita Sanchez is a school that they're going to be playing this weekend. Juanita just got beat by Costco High School by a score of 37 to nothing. I think I'm like a football computer up here because I don't even have notes for this show. What's good with that? But this is my first time doing live on YouTube, you know. Let me know how it is. It seems like I have 0 viewers, so not bad. Something I'm used to. But you can check out my podcast, Anchor FM / Can We Keep It Real. I also host Anchor FM / Bulldogs. So, I mean, and I have over 80,000 plus on Can We Keep It Real, so someone's listening, man. But what's everybody up to, man? How are we doing? If we talk about player safety, I want to discuss player safety because, and parent involvement in football, I think is very, very important. The concussion protocol. We have a team doctor at the local high school, Dr. Marzilli, and you know, this guy pretty much, you know, he's at every game, which he's required to be. The Bulldogs actually have a team therapist that works with the kids, strength and conditioning coaches, an awesome running back coach, and Ronnie Spizzato. Coach Dwayne Miranda, a great head coach. I'm not going to be able to tell you all the coaches, but Gerasini is the lineman's coach, and what a phenomenal job he's doing with that line. All moving together, working as a bunch of moving parts, working as one unit. Now, before the season began, people were worried about the line. The only returning player you actually have to the line this season is Eric Wewell. Next to him, you have sophomore Michael Garafola. I think you have Trent Lamb, Antonio LaBoy, which is a senior. You know, so they have a very, very good team. But when you look at player safety, man, some of these kids take some hard hits. And as parents, it is our responsibility. We see these kids every day of their life. We know when something is wrong. We know when they're in a bad mood. We know when they're in a good mood. We know when we shouldn't even approach them. As well, they know when they shouldn't approach us. So if you see something wrong with your child, say something. Tell somebody. Everybody wants their kid to play football. Everybody wants their kid to be Johnny football. But we just, if there's something wrong and you're, you know, don't let your kid go out there and play because before you know it, concussion, goes home, you think everything's okay, goes to bed at night, a little headache, and guess what? Little Johnny don't wake up the next morning. And that happens, excuse me, I gotta plug this in. And that happens quite a lot, man. But what's going on? What is your high school team doing, man? What do you guys think about Max Preps as far as keeping stats? A lot of people say, don't listen to Max Preps. Don't follow Max Preps because Max Preps just, they can't give you, they don't give you good stats. But I think they tell you not, Max Preps ain't, I think they tell you not to listen to Max Preps because they do not, what don't they do? They go by their own different polls. So they're not going to go by a poll, an opposing poll. Like Rhode Island goes by the Rhode Island Media Poll, which is total bullshit. And I can say that here. I can't say that on other platforms, but it's total bullshit. It's all politics. I think writers from the Providence Journal make up that poll. And of course, they're going to concentrate on local teams. Westerly never gets any kind of consideration, which they should. I mean, Tristan Toronto already reached 1,000 yards for this season, 24 touchdowns. He visited URI College over the weekend, a school that he may commit there. You have Jalen Valentin, which is having a phenomenal year. Maybe he's got 500 yards on the season. Could have more. Rocco Salino, which still has another year of eligibility in high school football. He's playing very well. John Butcher, which made a phenomenal catch in the end zone, an interception. Last week, the Bulldogs defense had 7 takeaways, and they probably capitalized on every one. I know during the Mount Hope game, they had a lot of interceptions, a lot of fumbles, takeaways, and they also capitalized on just about every one. The Bulldogs were scoring at will. They were scoring whenever they wanted. They scored every time they touched the ball in the first half. Well, not every time. They touched the ball 7 times. But at the end of the quarter, they had the ball on the 1-yard line, and they elected to just run out the clock. They could have easily mounted another 3 points or tried to bust it in the end zone. I mean, their offensive line is so good. They can clear holes at will. They'll tell you, we're running in the A gap. Defenses will cover that A gap. And they just manhandle you right through there. But don't forget to show up this Friday night, 6 p.m., Providence, Rhode Island, Classical High School. That's where we're going to be at. You can follow the game. We're going to have updates on WBLQ. I'm going to be down there at Classical High School and probably doing some live updates on WBLQ through the Facebook app. We'll see what our buddy Chris, if he can get everything up and running by then. But it's your boy, Mikey Rebello. You can check me out on the podcast. Can We Keep It Real FM / Anchor FM / Can We Keep It Real. And also you can check out the other podcast that I've been hosting is Anchor FM / Bulldogs. So get at me. Let me know what's good. It's your boy and we out.